Welcome to the channel. We're the MMA guys.
Today we're gonna be reacting to Lucas Glazy's top 20 list. I'm your co-host, and right back to you, man.
All right. So a slight disclaimer. This video was produced. Well, Lucas's video was produced before the Lopez versus Silva fight. So obviously we're gonna have to adjust it because, well, Silva's at number 10 or around number 10, I think, and we need to. We're gonna need to adjust it because he just lost to a fighter that literally wasn't on the list. So this is not good. And I'm also just going to do this real quick so that we have those at 6 to 10, 11 to 15,
Something like that. Don't know is alright.
and then 16 to 20. 16 to 20. All right. So we're going to start from the top, I think, because it's going to, I just think that's going to be, I feel like it's the least interesting part is the beginning because there's such a dominance on all of the other, and then we're just going to have to we're going to get more specific towards the end. I feel like that's where there's more of a difference of opinion there. That's where it's more subjective, kind of.
There's more debate going on over there. Mm-hmm. While there is still debate up top, we know it's debatable, and it's more about personal preferences, and except for someone like Khamzat Chimaev. You can go over that one.
So our initial reaction, and that's what we're going to go with, is we're going to move Merab above, and we're going to move down Khamzat. Yep. I just think if you look at the Dricus fight, Dricus is a fighter of very, very high caliber. He's at the top of the division. And Khamzat did 50-40 for him. A very dominant fight. Thing is that we've had a similar level of dominance, kind of, when we had Merab against Petr Yan. Thing is that Petr Yan's wrestling accolade and everything are so much better. And then for him to do that, then submit Sean O'Malley, the submission over Sean O'Malley, the fight was as dominant pretty much. And then he just submitted him. So he has a finish, which is higher, against a fighter who's been, who literally had a fight with him before. And he's beaten Petr Yan by 50-45, which I rate higher than Dricus 50-44. I'm just going to go with Merab above Khamzat slightly here. I'm still going to put him above Pantoja, but this is going to be the list. So this is the change from 1 to 5. That's the only change I had.
Yeah.
From 1 to 5.
I think we need to mention the fact that also Dricus, while he is indeed a good champ, I think he beat Strickland twice and Adesanya during his reign. The Whittaker win did not age that good for him. I feel like Dricus is no longer I feel like the title ring was just slightly overrated. I feel like he did not fight someone like Imavov, Borralho. He did not fight someone like the Ritter. Fluffy coming up now. Like, all these guys are much. I think they're levels above. They're one level above Sean Strickland. I think Imavov, if you give the rematch, he beats Sean Strickland. Fluffy beats Sean Strickland. All these guys are level above Adesanya as well. Imavov finished Adesanya. So Dricus is the Khamzat win is great, but Dricus is slightly overrated.
For sure. We're gonna get to Dricus soon. We're gonna have a move there. Now, okay. So here's another thing with the Gene Silva situation. We're gonna have to move him. We're gonna move him completely out of this list, or we're gonna adjust it. But what we're gonna do first, because he's above in the ranking, is that this helped Volk's resume so much because everyone is super high on Gene Silva. Talking about he's going to be the one to beat Volk, this, that, looking past Lopez. And now Lopez put him down, had him bloodied up in 2 rounds. Meanwhile, Volk put a clinic on Lopez, got knocked down once. Besides that, clear 49-46, clear as day. Listen, we're going to move him above Aspinall. We could literally move him above Pantoja as well.
I don't know about Pantoja. This is on the spot. I don't know about Pantoja.
We're gonna keep him there.
I feel like the Gene Silva win, the Diego win over Gene Silva, is absurd. It's completely insane for Volk's resume. I feel like we also saw that Gene is on the same caliber of fighter as Diego at some point. Like, he was piecing him up in the second round. We cannot forget that. We cannot forget that the striking of Gene put great problem to Diego, which kind of shows relativity between the two fighters, you know. If it, like, the first round, though, you have to give it to Diego. It was absolutely amazing.
10-8.
Yeah.
10-8,
I won't argue against that. 10-8 for sure. The way he got him down easily, he timed it perfectly, got him down. But then we also saw that Gene is a complete monster. So two monsters went at one another, relative to one another, but Diego coming up on top with a great KO. But that just solidifies Volk. I feel like that just proves that Volk is leagues ahead. He 50-45 then. This is
49-46.
49-46?
Yep.
But there was one 50-45 judge card, I think.
Possible.
So, yeah.
But it's because of the knockdown, I still feel like that round was Diego.
Oh, you're right. But
yeah.
You're right.
But besides that,
I feel like even in that round there was no work from Diego except for that. So.
Okay. So from here, we're going to keep it this way because this is not a purely resume based. Obviously, resume has an impact on how you judge a fighter, but we're just going to put as how dominant they are right now. And I think we're going to keep Pantoja at 5, Volk at 6, and we're going to keep from here. I have Volk here. I think Aspinall with his resume right now is more accomplished than Jack in his division. I think that's fine. Here now we're at Dricus, who's at number 9 on this list. And I'm going to move Dricus down. For now, what I'm going to do is I will put him down around Imavov level. And we're gonna get more into these and place them better at later in the video. We're just gonna move him down there. He's not a part of this list. He's not a part of the 6 to 10, which is the part we're at right now. The other move we're gonna do, who's now at number 9, is Silva. Silva is getting off the list completely. Silva's out. And who's in? There's someone that's in right now. And it's Movzar. I'm going to put Movzar. I think Movzar's in. But actually I think Movzar's within that rank. The actual person I'm going to put at that spot, I'm going to put Max Holloway. I think, yeah, you go ahead with Max.
I think Max is absolutely amazing. I think Max we're gonna create maybe a little bit of polemic here with if you get views, with Arman. Max above Arman, I think is a very great deal. Max completely outclassed Dustin Poirier in his last fight, even though he got knocked down. After that, it was a complete outclassing. Let's not forget that the Charles that Arman won against was that same Charles that fought against Chandler. So
I don't know if I could say that.
No,
because he went for the finish the whole time. I think that was still a prime Charles.
How many months was this?
Here's my thing.
In between the fights, I think it was like 6 months. Is that possible? Am I saying?
I don't remember the span of time. One was UFC 300, and then the other one was in December of 2024. I don't remember. But here's my thing. I think Max fought Dustin and Justin, who are absolute A-tier lightweights. They're very, very high, but but he's completely outclassed them. He was 50-45 and 49-46. Gagey 49-46. Dustin, multiple knockdown. Well, one knockdown in the Dust.
On each fighter, he knocked down.
Well, he completely put out cold Justin at the end of the fight. And he had 2 knockdown in the early rounds against Dustin and almost put him out completely as well. So there's that. I just think Arman as
Arman had a very competitive fight with Oliveira.
yeah.
We cannot forget that. We cannot forget that Oliveira could have finished him in the first if it wasn't for them trunks. You know what I mean? Arman is great. Let's not forget that. But the sink was the choke was in, guys. But whatever, right? It's whatever. I give Arman that credit, 100%. Doesn't matter. But the opposition is not the same, and that Oliveira win, even though it is, I mean, I feel like it's comparable to a Dustin win. I feel like that Oliveira is no longer prime. This is no longer the Charles Oliveira that Makhachev beat, for example, right? Or Topuria. I mean, Topuria beat like old man Charles, but whatever. Arman is not better than Max as of currently. I feel like Max would give him a great fight. I feel like Arman can take him down in the first and the second, but after that, I think third, fourth, and fifth round, these are Max round, pity patting, and he can't even knock him out. That's power now. Max has a great amount of power.
He has like fast hands. I feel like he has it's very good boxing. The way he puts his punches, he's able to put people out. Well, at least down. Well, he put Gagey out at 55. So let's just keep that in mind. At the same time, I think I would lean Max. If they were to fight, I would slightly lean Max, which a couple months ago I might have thought would have been crazy, but I think I would lean Max. In the later rounds, I think he would take over. Maybe lose the first two. In the kind of fashion that he's lost to people in the past. Like, I think he's lost the first 2 rounds against Arnold Allen, against against other fighters. He's lost those 2 rounds.
Yair.
But yeah, against Yair as well. But then he just comes back. He just grows into a fight. Meanwhile, I feel like Arman would have to wrestle heavy, and Max is no easy guy to hold down. With the added mass and everything, would be even harder. With the lighter man skills, we have to. Can't forget that. So I think I would put Max above Arman slightly here. Now, when it comes to this list, now we're here at those guys. And now we have a fighter that's missing. Because we have... we have 4 fighters here. Now we're supposed to have 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we have a fighter missing. I've added Movzar. I'm going to put Movzar, I would say, I think he's so, okay, so I think all of those guys are, so Ank is like slightly better than the number 1 contender in his division, like he's going to win close fights. I think Petr Yan loses to the champ, so I would put him slightly below Ank. So this is relative to their divisions, obviously. It's not like who has the best skills. It's like who's more dominant division for division and everything. Kind of like a pound for pound list.
Yeah.
Slightly. And so here I have Petr Yan, I think, beats everyone that isn't Merab, I would say, in that division. And I think I would lean towards him against Umar in a 5-rounder as well.
But it can go either way.
Yeah.
Basically, they're both relative fighters. I think they're both equal. I think we can get a draw between Umar and Peter.
I would still lean Peter because he's been doing more and he's solidified himself in this spot. Meanwhile, Umar's kind of like a stock that we just... he's beaten Corey Sandhagen 50-45.
50-45, Corey Sandhagen, he had the best performance against Merab, and a refined Merab, you know what I mean? Like, it was an even better Merab that fought against Petr Yan, probably. Merab 50-45 Petr Yan, guys. This is not talked about enough. This is the greatest feat in MMA, by the way. But whatever.
Probably, yeah.
We'll cover that in another video.
Okay. And then how do I think Movzar stack against those guys? Because I know Movzar has beaten a short notice Lopez in his first fight. How do I think he would do now? I slightly edge him, so I think I would... I'm going to leave him there.
You give it to Yan, but what Yan did against Song Yadong, you kind of move like Canelo against these Mexicans in there, you know? And then he's going to get the level of opposition like Crawford coming in, like the Umar guy. And then he's going to fucking, he's going to be a little bit slacked off. And, I'll just rip him to the body. I don't think it's going to work, man.
I don't think Jan's gonna... I think
Jan's a slow starter, man. Jan's a slow starter. But
he was, but he's not anymore, I don't think.
He is still. I feel like Umar gets these early rounds, but I don't know if Umar can really withstand the great Yan. That's what I'm feeling.
I think Jan's... I
feel like Yan Boxing could really get Andy against Umar. Oh, but the kicks, man. Look at the kicks to the head. Oh, yeah, bro.
He's not gonna get kicked. He has a great kicking game as well. Body kick, nasty body kick. I think. Okay, I'm gonna keep it this way, and I have to move someone now. Because there needs to be someone up on this one.
There's 6 here.
Hmm.
There's 6. What do you mean?
You're right. There's 6 there.
Yeah, we have 20 right now. We're good.
We have 20 fighters.
We're good right now.
Okay, but there's a fighter I'm gonna remove then.
Okay.
From this list, and there's one that needs to be upgraded up here, and it's not gonna be any of those. It is going to be one of those.
And it is going to be.
I'm thinking Imavov.
You're gonna remove Imavov right now?
No, put him above.
Put him above? Yeah, okay. I thought you were.
I think Imavov. I think his win against Kaio is just going to age well.
You can argue Gary too, but I prefer the Imavov take.
Yeah, I think.
You can go ahead, man. But yeah, I prefer that take.
I would go this way, and I will also do something quite. I'm thinking of also. I think Imavov, who just got a win against Kaio, who's very much in his prime. That's a prime win. So this is not the same as Dricus' win against Whitaker or Dricus' win against Izzy. Or Dricus' win. Well, I guess it could be his win against Sean Strickland, but Sean Strickland's kind of a. He had a very, very scrappy fight. Second fight was. He bodied Sean Strickland, and Mavov did get kind of whooped by Sean Strickland.
No, Mavov got better. That's the thing. This is not the same Mavov.
That was a tadpole in Mavov. Yeah. But this is, if you look at quality wins, he does have a win against Allen, though. He does have a win against Allen on top of that. He has a win. He was beating on Curtis. No, I think Imavov has enough volume. Yeah, I'm fine with Imavov above Dricus currently, especially off a win while Dricus got completely molested by Hamzat, and I don't think Imavov does much better, to be honest.
But I don't think he gets crucifixed for 5 rounds straight. I don't think he shows that level of lackluster grappling compared to Hamzat. I think maybe he gets sub, but it doesn't even matter at this point. It doesn't matter. Okay. Dricus did nothing.
Mm-hmm. Then what I do as well, I think I'm gonna move Fluffy off this. I don't really like him there. I think he's been running through low level opposition. I don't want to say low level, but he's beaten Allen, but in a very close fight. He kind of outdogged him in the third, but before that he got beat on in the first round, from what I remember. Second round was slightly close. I think got a takedown later in the round, so he got it. And then in the third round, he took over. But I still... And then he beat Roman Dolizzi.
Guys.
Who goes life and death with Marvin Vittori.
Come on.
I mean, who Allen just beat, so it's lower level opposition. So his best win is Arnold Allen, who's been a tough out for these top guys. And now we're just going to act like he's some kind of a wizard.
Oh, yeah, man. Fluffy's going to beat Hamzat, dude. Yeah. He's going to choke him out. Yeah, right. Yeah, Fluffy's going to last 2 minutes against Hamzat, guys. This is bullshit. I feel like someone like De Ritter, Sean Brady could take his place quite easily, to be honest. Fluffy has faced no one yet.
I will remove Fluffy, but instead of Sean Brady, in my opinion, you can tell me what you think about that? Yeah. Coming off a great win, the Mexican. Where is he?
The Mexican.
Diego Lopez. I'm thinking Diego deserves a spot on this list.
Diego deserves a spot off of beating Gene. All right.
I think he's beaten the most highly looked at prospect in the whole UFC right now. This is the biggest fraud check.
Come on. He's not fraud, but, it's the biggest check.
Well, it's the biggest.
It's a check. It's a check. It's not a fraud check, but it's a check.
It's the biggest holding it down for the UFC rankings.
In a while.
Since
08.
I don't know since when, but this is a crazy one. This is one where
This is one where back in old block, back in the day, guys. Oh, man. It was something.
Back in Bilal's block?
Yeah. Back in Big Beat's block, man.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
Diego hold it down. Yeah, you're right. No problem with Diego there.
I
feel like now we can even argue that Diego above Mosvar, but hey.
I think you can. I'm just going to keep it there because I feel like
Mosvar is better, but and this is pound for pound. Also, our what we believe. You know, it's not necessarily just off of resume because if it was only that, I mean, Petr Yan would be in a league of his own, right? But hey, it is what it is.
For sure. Okay, so here that's what I have for now. I was looking at this, and at first what I was thinking.
What do you think about Moreno? What do you think? Let's talk a little bit about Moreno.
I'm thinking he's interchangeable with Joshua Van.
With Van? Okay.
Who did you have in mind?
I don't know. Maybe then you can talk about Brady. Brady in there you can talk
for
about.
Sure. But I think Moreno is Moreno. People seem to forget that Moreno. He's 2 fight removed or 3 fight removed. Well, 3 fight removed.
I mean,
Moreno he had a fight with Pantoja, and they didn't have like a close fight where it was like a weird stylistic matchup with Usyk. They went to war, and it was a split decision.
It's crazy.
48-47 split decision where no one saw that fight and thought by the end, oh, for sure Pantoja got it. It was such a close fight, such a bloody fight that
could have been a draw. It could have been a draw. I feel like the UFC doesn't reward draw enough nowadays. I feel like there's always a winner. And
I prefer it this way. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think so. I think draws should be there, and I think it could make better second and third fight.
For sure.
And Moreno beating Pantoja. Pantoja, that's a non-quantifiable win, though, because Pantoja is getting better and better and better. And I feel like it's just like Merab. He's going to get better, better, and better. And then, boom, he's going to get completely cooked one time because he's going to be like Canelo. He's going to be like Canelo against Crawford, Oh, yeah. That wasn't prime Canelo, man.
Nah, it wasn't prime Canelo.
It wasn't prime Canelo.
He didn't fight with the fundamentals. He did against Triple G. Against these kind of opposition.
I don't know
but
what was that.
To be fair, he did fight the similar way where he fought like Billy Joe Saunders and all of those guys. So since he's been at 68, Canelo's been... Anyways, let's not talk about Canelo too much. Yeah. I would say, okay, but then what do you think about if we put... does they get a Deiveson Figueiredo against like a champ Deiveson Figueiredo who's not 37 years old, against Joshua Van at 25. Because that's who Moreno beat 3 times in a row.
That's crazy.
Not that long ago. And then he had the war with Pantoja, who Pantoja's been getting better, but he was still subbing Royval in like 2 rounds. And then he 50-45 Royval after that in a title shot, who Joshua Van just went on a war with. Let's not forget, he did have a slowdown fight against Royval, but he didn't look like himself at all. It was an overhand machine in that fight. He does like to show the overhand, but that was not Moreno at his best. And no one's going to be able to convince me of that. So I know he had a lackluster performance. Besides that, Amir Albazi was somewhat competitive with Kai Kara-France. He put a strike record on him. I think they probably had to rush him back to the hospital after that because he was getting volume striked on, Nate Diaz style. Bodied. I'm thinking Moreno has quality wins. He's just been there, dogging it out for longer at the absolute top of the division, where if it wasn't Pantoja, he'd be getting another title shot, obviously. But it's just since it's Pantoja, he just can't seem to get it. He got a solid win in a striking fight against Usyk, where he did beat him very solidly.
Very easily as well. Usyk, and he had nothing in that fight. I think he had one good right in, that's it. And there was really nothing coming from Usyk. Usyk is good at surviving, man. Usyk is he's a tricky customer as well, though. I feel like when they give him a little bit of that lower opposition, he's gonna completely cook them. That's what I feel like. But when he gets to that top level, he really can't perform. But yeah, that's a very underrated pick by Flukas there. Moreno putting him there, I really did not think we would see him on the list. That's an amazing pick.
Yeah, I think
amazing pick.
I think he's Very, very solid, very underrated. One of the most underrated fighter. So I'm gonna keep that pick. And to be honest, if I had to build this list from scratch, it's not clear to me that I would have put him there.
Really, like, but he deserved that. But I really wouldn't have like thought about it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
for sure, for sure.
very, very.
I'm also thinking, honestly, could be like I think Gary could close the list.
Yeah, I feel like Gary could close the list.
He has like his win against Prochus is very good. It aged well, but I just feel like he didn't win. Like he did win in a fashion where, but Prochus was very inactive. So we have to stop looking at simply the name value and the way they fought. And in the fourth, was it in the fourth round or the fifth round
I think it was the fourth round.
Fourth round?
No, it was the fifth. It was the last round where we saw Prates. Like, come on, guys.
This guy was walking on all four, trying to survive, and I respect the heart to survive. But it's like at the same time, we're not gonna act as if he ran through Prochus as if it was easy, or anything like that. And maybe it was 49-46, but that's still not what that fight reflected after that. Once we saw that last round, we're like, okay, yeah, almost died. Maybe if they do a rematch, it's not clear to me that he's going to win again. Then he's beaten Geoff Neal, but Geoff Neal didn't show up like he was. Geoff Neal showed up for the Prochus fight, and Geoff Neal put him out. Prochus put him out. But that's not the same kind of... But he did show up, and he perished on his shield, but... Against Gary, I feel like he went clinch fest style, kind of like the, Prochus that Neal that shows up every 2-3 fight here and there. So I rate Gary very highly because I have him above Sean Brady. At first, I didn't think so, but then
it's very not clear to me that Ian Gary beats Sean Brady. I feel like Sean Brady beats Ian Gary.
I think so.
I feel like Bilal beats Ian Gary.
I think those are very...
You know what? I feel like maybe Usman could have a chance against Ian Gary. And that's not even far-fetched. I don't even think that's crazy to say. Absolutely not crazy to say. At all.
I just think his striking is getting slower. How reliably is he going to be able to get a takedown on Gary? I know he's getting them on Buckley.
Talking about Usman?
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
I think he's the worst striker of all of them currently.
The striking absolutely sucks. I mean, the jab he's a little slowpoke. But I feel like Gary does not, like, Gary's wrestling is overrated. Yeah, oh yeah, but he got Shavkat down, man. Yeah, okay, well, okay. Who did Shavkat beat, though? Like,
Geoff Neal.
Okay, Geoff Neal as well. But now
brick wall takedown defense.
You know what I mean? Yeah, brick wall takedown defense. But where does that go? You know what I mean? Like, everybody beats Geoff Neal nowadays. The great level opposition. Like, Prates beat him. Gary beat him. Shavkat beat him. I mean, Geoff Neal, don't get me wrong, like he's gonna be champ one day, but just right now, it's just not his time. I feel like, but hey, I don't know about Shavkat and the counter wrestling, the anti wrestling and stuff,
Yeah, for sure. I'm thinking this could be it. I feel like I'm not gonna touch much on Pereira because I feel bad. I feel like he's lost so much of his aura that he's almost uninteresting to talk about currently, which just sounds crazy to say, but I just feel like we're just going to leave him there because he was a champion with 3 title defense. Let's not act like he's like number 50 on the list or anything. Just going to keep him there. He's beating everyone on that list. Yuri, and honestly, at first when I look at that list, I was like, I'm going to put Yuri on there probably.
Yeah, that is not crazy.
But then with Pereira... there.
No, it's okay.
You can't really put in.
Honestly, we can't put Yuri there. But this weekend we have a big fight that is gonna maybe help Pereira's legacy a lot. Dominic Reyes against Alberg.
It's next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend.
Like in 2 weekends.
Okay, my bad. But Dominic Reyes, if he beats Alberg, that Yuri win is gonna be aging like fine wine, my friend. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good for Pereira's record. Yeah.
For sure. So I think this is the list. So I have... okay, so let's just do a slow recap. So I think Topuria's been whooping people. He got the best... He got a great win against Max. Got a great win against Volk, who's aging like wine, but Volk was compromised in that fight. Anyhow.
Big video coming later on that as well on the channel, guys.
We're gonna.
Oh yeah, Big Volk was compromised, and Big Volk coming for the #1 in the world, man. Oh yeah.
This is going to be a Volk. We're gonna figure out a way to put Volk in that top 3 at some point when it comes to the GOAT list, but there's just I think he's already in there actually.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're gonna do a GOAT list as well. Maybe a reaction to Lucas Tracy's GOAT list, and maybe try to use his as a template, and then add what we're thinking about it. For now, this is the list. Let us know what you agree with. Actually, I didn't even do the recap. Okay, Topuria top. Then we have Islam. Islam's just been whooping everyone at 55. Now he's going for 70. He's a favorite at 70. Against Jack, who's shown great anti-wrestling. Let's see how that goes. I'm not so sure he's gonna win, but Lighterman skill.
Lighterman skill is there again.
Yeah,
it's always there. Lighterman skill. I feel like Islam is gonna whoop Jack now.
Terrence versus Canelo. People forget.
Nah, that wasn't prime Canelo, guys. Come on.
Then we have Merab. We have Merab. Merab's been running through the division consistently, beating everyone in somewhat, I wouldn't say dominant fashion when it comes to Umar, but he was also kind of stunting on Umar. And I think right now he would beat him even more dominantly. I think he's getting better and better against some level of opposition that's so much better than Amzat. That Amzat's fighting. Dricus anti-wrestling isn't all that. I mean, he literally didn't get taken down, but he threw himself on his back against Brad Tavares. And now we're going to act like, okay, he has great wins. He's a very gritty fighter. But let's not act like he needed that crazy level of wrestling that he has to do that. I think Dricus is very gritty, but I don't know if that is going to make me put you in the top 3 pound for pound current fighter against someone who's 50-45, Petr Yan, who's a fighting computer. I'm just going to leave it at that. I think Amzat after that because of dominance. I think Pantoja just, he's just beating everyone that's in front of him fairly easily nowadays. Then we have Volk. Volk coming off that great, not even coming off that great win. It's like, that Lopez win is like a great investment that just banked. Lopez just beat the most hyped prospect in the UFC currently. Then we have Tom, who's just knocking people out in 2 seconds. Jack, who's champion, just beat Bilal. Is a great win. Bilal could be on there. Bilal could take Gary's spot. I'm just gonna put Gary because I think Bilal's 38 or something. He's towards the end.
I love that. Put Bilal in there, man.
He's
Gary
38 though.
I don't care. He
lost to the
Gary.
champ.
If Bilal would go against Gary, I think it would beat him. I think it would honestly put a 40, I don't know, 49, 46 maybe. I feel like that's fair to say.
I don't.
Keep him there. The video's done almost. You can keep him there. It doesn't matter. But.
Keep it this way, but for sure, Bilal can be considered here. Then I have Max, Arman, just top of the lightweight division. We have Ank, who's a champion, but not really doing anything dominant, so we're going to keep him low for now with volume and everything. If he gets a solid win against, Dominic Reyes or Olberg winner, then maybe you can put him higher. A little bit higher than Jack. Then we have absolute top of the divisions and number 1 contenders, number 1, number 2 contenders. We have Dricus, who's a part of that now. We have Gary, who's somewhat a part of that. Moreno, who's a part of that. And Pereira, who's a part of that. So those are the guys. Those are the picks. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you would do different. And
thank you for watching, guys.
Yep.
Amazing.
Be there soon.